Want to make sure I understand. These are your projections. Yeah.
This is for the water supply stabilization project
Okay,
for AVEK. That's their water banking facility.
sure.
And it was awarded by the American Society of Civil Engineers, the LA section.
Okay. Did someone have to recommend that it be awarded, or
Yeah, we submitted an application
Oh, I see.
that was reviewed by this committee that selects the projects. And we were selected for the outstanding project.
Well, that's kind of prestigious. There's a lot of engineers in this area.
Yes, it's a very important project.
Yeah.
That's what it was selected.
Well, congratulations.
Standings for novice single barrel. First place, Hope Bertner with a 9.996. Second place, Fiona Strait with 11.506. Third place, Melody Quezada with 11.782. Fourth place, Madison Poutet with a 14.952. And fifth place, Peyton Keys with a 16.549. That was Christy Blodgett with an 8.17. Give us a few minutes here and we will reset for precision barrels.
Okay, so Captain, you've been captain last year. How many years have you been captain?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, we believe in term limits.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna make an exception. He's going for another 2.
No.
Okay. Okay, how do you think the turnout's been?
Excellent. Been a very good turnout.
Super. I think your weather has been tops this year.
Yes, we've been fortunate.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
we had a kind of a cool summer.
Well, thank you for all the work that you do. You've helped a lot of people. And actually, I think that you're now escorting some grandchildren of some of the previous riders when we were growing up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well.
Many grandkids. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and more
Great.
coming.
There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Patricia Curran-Love. I'm an educational columnist for the AAD News. The subject today is writing, internal dialogue shared. The first example contains a name and a symbol. The content and location controlled the media and format. Take a look. It means a great deal to me. The second example is from a book written by a group of 7th graders at Almondale Junior High School in Little Rock, California. The world as I see it. Mouse, owl. Slowly and gently the sun, which gives us life and light, disappears behind the shadowed mountains, letting his sister, the ever-changing disk, the moon, rise with the sparkling stars. It is time, for the pangs of hunger slowly churn in my tiny stomach. Nearby, a small bird flutters into the mouth of my cave, having just escaped an owl, one of my kind's worst enemies. I shove past a spider web, popping my dirt-covered nose out of my crumbling cave. After filling my tiny lungs with fresh air, I sniff the outside world for any scent of danger lurking nearby. I smell nothing. I should have known better, but raging hunger has made me careless. Instinct, or that thing called fear, strikes as I realize what kind of fool I have just been. Instead of thinking to look downwind, foolishly I dashed out into the bright moonlit night. Too late, I realized my mistake and froze with expectation of pain to come. I saw the shadow come gliding over the dark ground and the searing pain. Owl mouse. Scurrying along the bright moonlit ground, moving toward the nearest bush, was a field mouse. I soared downward with my wings outspread. With one sweep of my strong wings, I swooped down toward the mouse. He froze as if paralyzed with that which is called fear. My talons dug deep into his soft body, and his dusty little nose spurted blood. One squeal he gave, just one. As I lifted him high into the cold night air, I noticed that his once cleanly groomed fur was now dull red, caked with blood. Owl man. It is now dawn, a new day. Time to rest and sleep. Lazily I open my large brown wings, relaxing as the warmth of the sun finally reaches me. A bush moves jerkily as the gleam of cold steel meets my eye. Muscles tightened. I take off with a swoop low over that which walks on two legs. The steel thing followed me while I was in flight. I started to land, but that barrel was pointed at me still. A bit further I flew and tried to land, but there was a flash, a loud booming sound, a searing pain, and... We made a partnership with LA Theater Works through a grant from the California State Department of Education. Our guest poet was Manazar Gamboa. We published a book called No Magi for Me, the work of students from the probation camp where I worked. The Magi. For me, there are no Magi. They never saw my shoes, or perhaps they had few gifts. Only for my small brothers and sisters. The truth is that my father always asked me if I preferred the little red piggy bank or should Fernandito have it. If I would like to keep the little gun, or would I give it to Carlitos? If I liked the ball, or would I give it to my little sister? I never chose anything for myself. I wanted them to have them. I thought I was too big for toys, but it wasn't true. I would have been happy with something, even one of those simple little cars that are sold on the street, but no. For me, the Magi never came. I never understood why. I behaved myself. I did my homework, obeyed my mother. I washed the dishes, and I helped her with the smaller children. I cleaned my father's boots. I obeyed in everything. They never left me a gift on that day, and now that time has passed, I understand why. The holy kings never gave me toys because they were as poor as I. Manuel. The culminating activity of this book was when the students got to read their poetry and hear their poetry over the radio. The silence in the classroom was rapt, and the students were totally gratified. They were so proud, and I was proud too. So writing is essential to learning. Content is expressed through formatting tools and is better understood when used skillfully. Remember, education is a personal thing, requires discipline and patience, and can be obtained in multiple ways from many teachers, in and outside of the classroom. Content is the key. This is Patricia Curran Love. Thanks for listening.